Okay, has it started streaming? No, okay. I'm just watching the screen now. So it's in sync. Okay. So, human resource machine, you could probably tell if you've played World of Goo that it's by the World of Goo people. So I just started it to test out the streaming. I've played a little bit of this before. I've actually played a lot of it, and then I accidentally deleted my game somehow, which was tragic. But I can get pretty far in here. At some point, it gets really hard to kind of keep track of the programs, but we'll just start with the basics. I really like this game, and I think it teaches you a lot about kind of how assembly works, or just really, really basic programming, from like a low level. So, well, I'll try to explain stuff as we go through. So, your first job, we're up here on the right side, we'll have instructions for what we need to have in the outbox, and we have some stuff in the inbox. So this very first one, we're just gonna take something from the inbox and put it in the outbox. It only does it once, so we literally, like a program, have to tell it exactly how we're gonna do things. So if you're, for example, a beginning programmer, you might say, oh, I need to do this thing 3 times, and just kind of run it 3 times. Copy paste the code, and then we'll get into not loops. You would eventually use loops in like C++, but we'll have a go-to statement here in a moment. There's like a really big fly. I have a bright future in inbox-outbox management. Okay, and you can also talk to him and say, tell me more. Oh yeah, I can drag jump. So if you needed more information about it, you could do that. Hi, tell me about things. Oh. Okay, that's just the same. So in this case, we need to take everything from the inbox and put it in the outbox. So inbox, take it from the inbox, put it in the outbox, and keep repeating. And then the program automatically ends once it's processed all the inputs, and we can speed this up if we don't want to sit here waiting. Continue, and at some point you can like kind of optimize these, and it'll have statistics. Oh no, the inbox conveyor is broken. So ignore the inbox for this one. We want to take B, U, and G and put it in the outbox. So we're going to have to use not inbox, but copy from. So these are like registers in memory. Or you could think of them like variables, but we'll copy from 4 and put it in the outbox. I'll just take B and put it out there, but that's not everything we need to do. And then take U from memory and put it in the outbox, and grab G from memory and put it in the outbox. Now note, this isn't saying get B, U, and G, it's getting the item at position 4, the item at position 0, and the item at position 3. So, like the way a computer stores its variables, it has a memory address, and then it stores the data in there. And continue on. Time to get to work. Don't call it itself. Okay, grab the first 2 things from the inbox and drop them in the outbox in the reverse order, and repeat until it's empty. And now we have copy 2, so now we can write to memory. So we need the first 2 things from the inbox. We'll copy first thing there, and copy the second thing there. We don't necessarily need to do that. We can kind of optimize this in a bit, but we need to flip it, so we did 0 and 1. We need to then output 1 and 0. So we can essentially just take this one directly to the outbox, and then we need to grab the next thing. So let me just illustrate really quick. We grabbed 1, we grab 7, 7 goes to the outbox, and now we're going to need to grab 1 and put that in the outbox. And then we'll keep looping. We'll do that over and over and over. So this right here This is extraneous, we don't need it, but I think it'll show, hey, can you solve this in fewer steps? So it'll do it in reverse order. Yay! Wait, doesn't have... Well, we can remove this copy too. And so it still works the same. Okay, one more thing I want to show off here, if I can find it. Where is it? Okay. So if I copy this, actually I don't know if I can show this because I'm having trouble with Windows getting stuff to show on OBS. Let's see if I can add another window capture. There we go, okay. So, if you just copy the code from the program with that little copy button, it gives you something like this, which also looks, you know, like, it looks like assembly. So that's pretty cool too. That way you could also share the code if you like needed help or something, or I guess it'd be easy for a walkthrough that way. Okay, so we've completed this level. Go back. Watch this nice cutscene while I check in on some stream stuff, I suppose. The cutscenes kind of feel like they go on a bit long to me. Okay, rainy summer. Yeah, so for the most part you don't need like pure algebra to do programming for a lot of things. It's a logic-based thing. There are certain types of operations you need for math for, like if you're doing game programming, like 2D game programming, you might need physics, you might need trig. 3D game programming, you can use a lot of math with that if you're like modeling how water looks, and all of that stuff. But as far as this stuff, this is like discrete math, like logic. So for each two things in the inbox, add them together and put the result in the outbox. You got a new item. You got add. Okay, so we're going to copy this item there. We're going to grab the next item, add it to whatever we threw in that part of memory, and throw it in the outbox. So inbox there, add those together, and then that goes in the outbox, and then repeat. We also have like a step through debug if you need to do that. Okay. And now this is like the challenge areas. Who are you? The optional areas for high-performing employees only. Okay. For each thing in the inbox, triple it, and put it in the outbox as the result. So, copy this here. We only have add, but if we are going to triple something, we're just going to say, like, 3 times 2 is 6. That's also 3 plus 3. So, add to 0, and add to 0, and put that in the outbox. Let's test that out. Okay. Not enough stuff. We'll throw this over here. Looks good to me. So, okay, so here's where it says like your solution uses 6 commands. Use 6 commands or fewer. Completed in 24 steps. So, okay, so we'll just continue on the main path. Where do you see yourself in 5 or 10 years? Okay, send all things that are not 0 to the outbox. So we gotta pull something. We can jump if it's 0, so this will be like jump to do some code if the thing is 0. If is 0, let's just jump back and grab the thing from the inbox. If it's not 0, it'll keep going. And then we'll throw that in the outbox. And then we're not looping over everything at the moment, so that's okay as it is, but we'll need to throw jump so that it'll either return to the beginning if it finished the operation or if the item is 0. So we're just throwing out the zeros. Yay! Now we need to save the zeros. Send only zeros to the outbox. So in this case, we can kind of do this in either of these parts. So if it is 0, it'll come here and then do the next thing. If it's not 0, then it will run this code right here, I believe, unless I'm reading that wrong. Yeah, right? And then it will go back to inbox. Yeah, okay. And we'll jump back here just to start the program over. So you can see, like when you get the more complex puzzles, it's going to be a lot harder to keep track of this code. They do give you comments, but you have to write them out. And I only have a mouse right now, so that's annoying. Oh, 28 steps on average. Yeah, it's okay. I don't always write super efficient code. I try to make sure it's efficient and not like stupidly inefficient, but it doesn't need to be the most efficient. For each 2 things in the inbox, subtract the first from the second and put it in the outbox. And subtract the second from the first and put it in the outbox. Okay. So in this case, we will need to copy both of these to our things here. Now we have subtract. Okay, so we need to do the first from the second first. Well, let's go ahead and just subtract these and store that here. Then we'll copy from 0. Here, before I get too ahead, let's just go ahead and test it out, because if I just keep going, oh no, oops, I meant copy 2. If I keep going, then it'll be really hard to follow. But my brain stream of ideas can go a little further than that. Oh, that didn't look right. So, copy to 1. Okay, then we get 9. We do 9 minus 1. That's the second thing we need to put in the outbox. The first thing we need to do is this one minus this one. So we'll calculate it, put it in the box. Then we'll grab this one, subtract it from this one, throw that in the outbox, then we'll have to copy the other one from here. So let me just kind of step through that again. I'll just let it run. So it calculated that one, throw it in the outbox, and we need to get the other result and put that in the outbox, and then start over. So, actually, let me restart it. I know, it depends on how used to coding you are, but it can be hard to keep track of if I'm running that fast. So, we have the first number and second number. First we need to do first minus second. Okay, I guess maybe they need to be in a different order then. I thought that I read it that way. Okay. Well, in that case, let's go back a little bit. Instead of copying that to 2 for later on, we'll put that in the outbox first. Oops. No. Oops. Am I reading that wrong? This is the first and the second. Oh, is it subtracting differently from how I was thinking? Okay, we can keep going. Okie dokie. Sometimes some bigger numbers are bigger than other numbers. Sometimes they're the same. How do we know? Okay, now we have labels to kind of help us out. So get 2 things from the inbox. If they're equal, put one of them in the outbox, because it doesn't matter if they're the same thing, you just put one of them in there. Otherwise, discard them if they're not equal. So we'll copy the first thing from the inbox there, grab the next thing, we'll subtract them. If it is 0, we'll throw it in the outbox. So if they're the same, then A minus B is 0. Otherwise, we just ignore it. And over here at the end, we also start over. So put it in there. Check them out. That is not 0. We'll get rid of that. Got 7. 7 and 7, that's 0. Oh, nope. If they're equal, then we need to take the original number and put that in the outbox, not the subtraction result. Yep. So oh no, 1 too many steps on average. Okay, grab 2 things and put the bigger of them in the outbox. So now we have jump if negative. So we'll do a similar thing as last time. Copy there, grab the next thing. We'll need to back it up as well in case it's not the bigger one, or if it is the bigger one. So we're going to subtract the second thing from the first thing. If we have a negative number, that means the other thing was bigger. If we don't, the other thing is bigger. So we're gonna 0 No, 1 minus 0, right? I'm gonna have to run this to keep track of it. Does this keep running even after? Let me check something, because I don't know if it, I think it would flow through the loop. Those are the same, so it's gonna... We'll just put the inbox. Not inbox, I meant outbox. Okay. I'm just seeing if this flows through. So inbox to subtract. It's negative, so we want that one. Okay. Go back up. 6 minus 5, not negative. Oh, oops. We don't want to... It does flow through, so this will jump here, but if it's false, it'll do this one and then also keep going. So we also need to make sure it doesn't do that one. So these are going to be the same. Those should just have one of those taken to the output. Oh, negative numbers. Well, we'll see how this goes. Okay, it worked out in this case. I'm not sure if that logic was sound, though. But we won't question it. We're just gonna say it works and it ships. We'll let the QA department deal with the bugs. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if I want to do that one. Maybe I'll go back to some of these later. I know after a while I'll start getting really confused. Okay. Send each thing from the inbox to the outbox, but if it's negative first, remove the negative sign. Okay. Grab the thing. If it's negative, we need to copy it here. And we need to subtract it from itself twice and throw it in the outbox. And then the loops to start back over. Let's check this out. It goes over there. Oh, nope, okay, I subtracted it again, yeah. So then that's how we get rid of the negatives, with only add and subtract, or only with subtract. Which I might actually, this might mess up the stream, but I might install hack and slash while we're doing this. I'll just start this up. Okay, that's going now. Oops. Oh. Somehow the beach looks so bleak. I have no idea what's going on in the story here. I'm just here for the coding. Welcome back. Tick, tick, tick. Time keeps ticking down. Oh, now she has... I think she had pigtails before. For each number in the inbox, send that number to the outbox, followed by all numbers down to or up to 0. So this one is quite a bit more complicated. Now we have bump plus, which if you're familiar with like C++, that'd be like the variable name plus plus, or the variable name minus minus. So let's just kind of do this one step at a time. We have this thing. We're going to throw it over here. We're going to move it to the outbox, but then we need everything going down to 0 or going up to 0. Also, there's a robot claw here that is... I didn't notice until just now. Okay, so if it's negative, or, okay, this is the hard part with the loops. Let's just think about positive for now and keep it simple. So if it's positive, what we're going to do is subtract from there. Let's just put this is positive. Subtract 1, copy that thing, and throw that in the outbox. And then at the end of that, if we happen to put 0 in the outbox, then we're done. Okay, so let's just check it with this one thing first. Oops, I keep using the wrong thing. Copy to there. No, not there. So copy there, put 9, bump it, do 8. Oh, well. Oops. If it's not 0, then we're going to continue doing this. I forgot about that part. 2. When she bumps it, does she take it? No. Oh, I guess she does. I think. Bump. Apparently it's bump and copy. Oops. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to think of... We can go back and copy this, check if it's 0, and then return. Okay, how about bump? If it's 0, we'll throw it in the outbox. If it is 0, we'll throw it in the outbox and go back to the beginning. Otherwise, we'll come back here. Bump, take it. Oops. If it's not 0, we're going to put it in the outbox. So this is, I'm also debugging things. Okay, then that should be okay. Yeah, now we have to do the negative version because this isn't going to work. So we need negative. When you are faced with a problem and you're not sure how to design it, always start small and work your way up. Do it iteratively. Don't just implement the entire program at once and turn it in, and then it doesn't build, and then I have to give you a 0 on your assignment. Okay, so put that thing in the outbox. If it happens to be negative, we'll do the same sort of thing, but down here. So we need to, it's been copied. Oops, it's been copied, right? Copy to 0. We're going to bump up 0, throw it in the outbox, and then jump back here and do it again. Bump up, put it in the outbox. If we get to the point where we're at 0, we're going to throw it in the out box and then come back to the beginning of the program. See, this is why I have a hard time keeping track. Oh, there are multiple tabs. How do you use that? Maybe different tests. That's probably what it is. So you can copy it from here and then do tests there. I guess that's also a way you could kind of break things down. But yes, let's test that out. Oops. Oops. Okay, I'm thinking, do I want to copy from here first? Or do this and then also just do the outbox over here? Which is more efficient. Because then if you're copying it and you don't have to actually use it, it's a copy command, but it's probably not that important. Okay, so that was a positive number. Now we'll check the negative number. But as I was saying, I have a hard time with the more advanced problems because you're like writing all this code in a line. And it's nice to view it coming from the top down, but then you like run out of space and it's hard. I guess you can always put it in the notepad with that assembly style code and then solve it that way, but oh no, wait, what are you doing? When did that happen? Oh, did she pull a 0? She did pull a 0. Aha, it added an edge case in there. Okay, copy. Well, okay, if it is 0, we're just gonna jump. We're gonna jump here if it's 0. I'll speed this up. I guess not really so much an edge case, but just one I wasn't thinking about. There we go. Oh no, I use 18 commands. Now we do some multiplication when we only have addition available to us. Okay, so we have all of those. Now we have labels for our variables. So this is now more like having actual variable names instead of just the memory addresses. So in assembly, you have your different register places, and they don't really have variable names there. Or if you're thinking about pointers, you have memory addresses. So let's clear this out. Okay. Multiply every 2 thing in the inbox. Every 2 things. Probably want to keep the 0 just in case, I guess. Don't worry about negative numbers. Let's copy that there. Copy this here. And we have labels. Let's just say this is A. This is B. Okay. So again, if we have 3 times 4, that's 3 plus itself 4 times. So let's just step through this. We got B. Okay, we're going to use B as the counter. Because, okay, adding 3 to itself 4 times would do the 4th time, 3rd time, 2nd time, 1st time. So we'll say that the, let's change this to CTR. It's counter, okay? So we're adding A to itself. If counter is 0, it's going to be 0, so we're just going to throw that in the outbox. and return. We won't worry about looping back around. If it's not 0, then we need to do the multiplication. We shouldn't have any negatives to worry about. So we need to add, grab A and add it to itself. And we'll copy that here, because remember that bump causes it to overwrite. So we'll put this as the sum. So that's the running total so far. And then we'll subtract from the counter, and we'll keep doing that until it's 0. So let's see what this gives us. We have 3. We're supposed to multiply it by 4. So we have 3 plus 3. Put that there. Subtract 1. That's, okay, 3 plus 3. Oh, nope, I did that wrong. Okay. So we need to copy from... Okay, let's change this up, because I need this to be working with the running sum. So first, we're going to copy A there and to the sum. Okay. So 2 and times 2. So 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay, gotta do it another time. 4 plus 2 is 6. No, don't take that one. Wait, was it? Okay. I think I need to bump this down ahead of time. We'll subtract that. Two times 4 should give us 8. So 2 plus 2 is 4. Wait, what are you doing? I did not bump. I still need to bump this down. Bump the counter. Okay, so 7 plus 7. Bump it down. We need 14 plus 7. That's 0. Oh, no, don't put that one in there. Okay. Copy, once it's done, we copy it from the sum and put it in the outbox. So let's put the jump at the end. Run. So 4 times 3, right? I wasn't paying attention just now. Now that's 0. We don't need that anymore. Throw that in there. We can speed this up. Luna, don't step on my computer. She's coming after the fly. It's above you. It's over here. Oh no! While I was looking at the cat, it got into an infinite loop. Cool. Let's keep going with this and see. Nah, I'm not gonna. Okay, we did not account for if we're pulling a 0 in. So if this is 0, we're gonna throw that in the outbox anyway. Or if the second thing is 0, we're gonna throw that in the outbox. So let's make sure this works. Oops. What was the original thing? Four times 5. Or, no, did I skip? We put 0 in there. Doing 4 times 5 should be 20, right? Am I missing something? You said it should be 5, right? A second. because the rest of them were working. So if it does it here too, that's probably something wrong in my logic after the zeros. Okay, so we don't want to do this because we're discarding it immediately. If we grab a 0 without counting that second number as the second thing we're multiplying by. So, if the second thing we grab is 0, then we're going to leave. I guess we'll also just do a check here, and if that is 0, we'll leave. Otherwise, it copies from sum. Okay, let's check this out. See, they wrote good tests. They knew what the output should be in the common errors of skipping over 2 values instead of 1. Okay. Okay, I don't know. Ah. Okay, stop. Oh, dang it. I wanted to step through that. Okay. What value is that? Was that 0 as the counter value variable? It was 4 plus 1. Oops, why do I have 2 jump if zeros? Copy from A. If that one's 0, then return. I forgot about that one. Well, no, we don't want to immediately jump if it's 0. Okay, so now I'm like confused because I've made it so complex. It copies to the counter. Wait, what is even going wrong with it? If it was a 1, it was subtracting from the counter and made it 0. It grabbed A to check if it was 0, because 0 times blah is 0. And it would skip. Otherwise, I have this like extra one here, which is for the sum. Okay, that's relating to the sum. No, that's relating to the counter. If the counter is 0, so this goes back here. Is the counter 0, then we're gonna come over here, copy from the sum and put it in the outbox and jump back. Now the problem we have okay. It was 1. Oh, okay. Also, let's just add, if the counter is negative, that's just as a workaround. We'll throw it in the outbox. I don't want the counter in there. Let's see if that works. No. I don't even know what happened. Let's do that again. Okay, she did it one more time when it was a negative value, right? Okay, so it was 0. 8 times 1 or 8 times 0? 8 times 1. If a is 0. Okay, what I'm confused on is normally it sets that to 0 sometimes anyway. It decrements it before it does the operation. So that could be 0. I don't want to check for a 0 at that point. I guess that's what these here are for, so we can kind of work on a second one. So we'll just keep a sum and, oops, I did that backwards. Should be counter and sum. We'll copy it here, we'll copy it there as the running total. We'll grab the next thing and put it in the counter. So this is going to initialize, we'll like load 2 numbers. Okay, next, let's just not worry about efficiency for now and just do a whole error check to see if either of them are 0. Sometimes being a little less efficient makes it, and even a little more explicit, makes it easier to do the logic. So if that 0, let's see, multiplying 0, let's see, times 0. So if a is 0, we're going to do that. We're just making this we're not worrying about efficiency. So we'll pull that. If that is 0, we're going to do this. Let's just say something times 0 to be more explicit. So at that point, if either of those are true, we're throwing it in the outbox. Otherwise, if it's not, this would be our else. If it's not 0, not 0, we're going to start doing the countdown. So we'll bump 1 down from counter, do the operation, then check if that's 0. Count down. Bump the counter, copy from the sum, add the value of a, copy it back to the sum. So add. Okay, we have that value. We're just doing this long way. We're copying from the counter. If it happens to be 0, we're going to throw it in the outbox, and we're done with that. If it's not 0, we're going to go back up here, bump down, and add again. And then this is supposed to jump back to the beginning once it's done. Now, the problem before was when we had a 1 in there. It subtracted 1. But I was doing some weird stuff where I was assuming, what made this one harder to read is, here I'm bumping the counter, so I'm storing the counter, then I'm jumping, and if I'm testing if it's negative, look at that, with the counter at this point, but when it's flowing through from up here, we're doing a different variable, so that makes it not clear to read. So let's just run this really quick first and see if it works. No, oops. Copy from the sum. So out here, in this case, we'll return value. Dang it. Copy from the sum. Oops. Did I add too many times? Yeah, I did. Okay, it's 0. At this point, this is the final answer we want. So let's move the counter. If counter is 0, let's move it here. Oops. Okay. If the counter... Okay. Grabbing that, times 0, throw it in the outbox. If it's not 0, if neither of them are 0, then we're going to count down with the counter. So it's just going to be times itself. Wait. It's so hard to think through like this. Wait, what just happened there? Okay, that was wrong. So she pulled a 0. She was like, this is going to be 9 times 0. Right? Was that the other one? Okay. 9 times 0. If... Okay, check 9. Is that 0? No, it's not. Check the counter. Is that 0? Oops. That's... Okay. Then we throw the 0 in the outbox. Okay, okay. And then we should probably reset. Did I just add that? No? Okay. Outbox 0. Now what did I do? Grab 2 things. If it is 0, copy from the counter. Or check if that's 0. They're not 0. Wait. This is the else statement. This is also weird because we don't have if-else statements, so we'll just run this over here. Okay. This might be another one where he's like, wait, this isn't going to work for a certain data set. Oh, okay. That did work. Okay. So let's look at this in slow motion. So the confusing part is just all these jumps. This is what, if you ever hear about spaghetti code, that's what this refers to. So if you were working with C or C++, go-to is a statement you can use, but I don't even teach my students how to use it, because it makes really bad code. But in like assembly, you don't have loops per se. You can kind of set something up with your, forgot the word, your registers, and basically something like this, where you just have a counter that goes down and you do a branch if it's 0 or if it's negative or whatever. So yeah. So I don't know how much more of this I'll do, because we'll be like, oh man, I spent way too long on that puzzle. Oh, okay, I'm gonna do this one though, because I think these are cool. Yes, I know what a zero-terminated string is. It is a very old technique, and we don't expect you to know, so you may ask me about it if you like. Or an external source. Okay, so here is a case where we're going to load in numbers and then put them out in the out box, but we know when we're done with like a string of numbers when it has a 0. So 0 specifically just signifies we're done. So we're going to add all the numbers until we reach a 0. Put your sum in the outbox. Okay, so let's put this as sum. I don't know, get next number. So we'll grab something. We're going to copy it here. We should probably check if it's 0 anyway. If it is 0, we're going to throw it in the outbox. Well, no, we don't want zeros, do we? Then we don't want it. We just want to start over. If it's 0, go back. So we'll throw it in sum. If it's not, and we're going to keep adding every new string we get until we do that. Actually, before we do this, to make this a lot easier, let's make sure at the beginning we're going to copy 0 and put it in our sum. So our sum, we're going to always initialize it. So let me change this. This will be init. And then once we're ready, once like that cycle has initialized, we're going to get a number. It'll go from the inbox. If it's 0, I feel like I could be using these better, but I'm not sure how. Okay. If we have a 0 number, then we're going to grab whatever's in the sum and throw it in the outbox. If it's not a thing, we're not going to copy it to sum. Let me label these. So, not 0, not the terminator, or is the terminator. So if it's not the terminator, we're going to add it to the sum and copy it over the sum. And if it is 0, we're going to grab from the sum and push it over there. So this one we need to, that one's not going to mess up our logic if we keep it that way. Then it has to restart, reinitialize. So let's check this out. For okay, we have to add everything before we put it in there. So let's change this. Okay, so if it is 0, we copy from the sum and throw it out there. If it's not 0, we add, copy to the sum, and start over. We do not want to initialize though. I don't know where to put that, because that would start us over from the beginning. So we got 0, we have 7, we'll add 6 to that. We have a 0, this is the terminator, so we throw 13 out, and I forgot to put the external loop. Run. Oh. Is it okay with me putting those zeros out there? I... Oh no. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me see the download on the other game. Okay, Hack and Slash is complete. So I'm gonna try to play that one for a little bit too, since I marked this as gonna stream for 2 hours. But, I don't think anyone's watching, so that's okay. But I'll throw this on YouTube afterwards. So, I have to do a little bit of configuration because I have to make a capture screen for it. And I'm running it. Actually, I haven't tested it with Hack and Slash yet. So, we don't know if this is even going to work. Can I window this first? Window capture. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. Add a new video. Window? There we go. And there. Okay, so I played this once before. Let me see if I can resize this a little. I got a certain amount of the way in, and then I just didn't know what I was supposed to do after that. So this is another programming game. Let me go back to the main menu. What is... I think it loaded me into something. I don't want to... Yeah, quit. Start over. Okay, I'm going to update the Twitch stream really quick to say the new game. Hack in Slash. There's 2 entries for it. And neither of them matches. Hack in Slash. Okay, so we'll check this one out too. These are the only 2 programming games I know about. I know that other people have made, like, I don't know, solve puzzles by... God dang it, that's not the one I want. Because, again, I haven't played that one in a long time, so... What is my name? It's Rach. So this one uses Lua. And I can maybe show you the scripts of it here, if I can set the thing up right. Let me open up the local files really quick. And I have to add another video capture device. Not that one. I meant window capture device. For this. And let's see if I can find it. It's probably in the scripts folder. There's a whole lot of scripts in this scripts folder right here. See? And I'm in Windows, so I don't have like a good text editor. Let me try to open this in terrible, terrible Notepad. And I also have to add a capture for that. Because for some reason my desktop capture is not working. But yeah, there's a bunch of scripts in here that you can use or look through. And I haven't looked at what kind of mods have happened or anything, but I think it's really interesting that you can see all of this in here. So I'll close that. All of this is just under the local files. I think you can even like really mess up the game because I saw like there's some sort of room. But here's a Lua file. It's taking a long time to load. How big is this? It's a secret file that crashes your notepad. Okay, I'm going to close this out. Notepad has crashed. We don't want it anymore. Get rid of it. Okay, so we'll check this out. Is everything on the stream looking okay? I just see a big white box. I hope that's not what it actually looks like. Just checking. Now it looks like a black box. But also, like, everything runs super slow. I want to get another computer at some point. Okay, I think the stream's working alright. Okay. That fall could have hurt. Press enter. Ow. I'll pick that up. Glad I borrowed this sword. Maybe I can use it to bust out of here. Use space to swing it. However, did I break it? Was it part of it supposed to come off? So now I basically have a USB sword. And there's a USB port here. Open it with the sword. Okay, so then at this point you can see the properties. So it's kind of like you're interfacing with the scripts through the game. And then close it with escape. And there's not a lot of audio in this game right now, so I'll just boost that and hope it sounds okay. There'll be some music later. There's someone talking down there. Blop. Blop? Okay. Remaining pushes. Seconds per push. Tiles per push. How many tiles it moves. Time before push starts. So over here we can move this thing, and it has a limited amount of moves, but we can't plug into it because there's no USB port. This one, let's say we put one more push left, but okay, that worked. I thought I was going to have to do something a little more tricky. Hey down there, are you okay? Phew, I got free! Oh hi, be careful, that hole is tricky. You're a sprite, right? You're a human, a red human. Oh Bits, we found each other. I think we're a match. Yeah, we're gonna be best friends! Nearby. Wizard Zap. Magic time. Boom. Still, Fireballs. Whoosh. Yeah, that was an entrance. I think that came from the outside. Psh. Yeah. Yes, best friends forever. Oh yeah, what's my name? I don't know. Come on, to bond with a sprite, you pick a name. You know the rules. Wait, rules? Who made the rules? I don't know, they're just the rules. Okay, how about we call you Bob? I'll name it after my cat, Kabe. Kabe, awesome. Oh, and your name can be, Winlasriel. My name is Rach. That's how it's pronounced. I can explain it another time. You can break the rules. Cool. Let's get out of here. That was bound to draw some attention. Yeah, let's go on an adventure. Whee! Okay, I want to check out one more thing over here. We're gonna set that. So now when I push... Oh, I need some more pushes. I'm gonna push it, and it just goes the opposite way. Okay, now go over here. I'm gonna move my character box somewhere. So, a bunch of things in the world we can modify. We just got this little chubby jelly bean sprite with us. Hack block for stationary. Okay, well, it needs to get out of the way, so... Here's a bush. Hearts to drop. Is it on fire? Yeah, it's on fire. Give me hearts. Yay! I'm sure I could slow down my computer by abusing that. Also, there's a evil bird. Okay, so I'm a little directionless right now. Is that where we came from? Oh. Oops. Oh, okay. That chest wasn't here before. day-night speed. Can I modify? Number 1. Okay, so I guess you can just modify the day and night cycles. Going up. Push. Deal with your dumb rock shit. Okay. I suppose we need a heart. Okay, so I don't know where I'm supposed to go. We're just gonna try it out. Here's the thing. Got a heart. Check day. Self-world. Storing in green diamond variable. Call green diamond variable count days into days. Store that in days. If 50 is less than the amount of days, then continue. Spawn beach treasure chest. If really big number is less than days, continue. Call spawn grotto treasure chest. I like how colorful it is. I don't think I can change this from in here right now, but I don't really want to. It looks like my stream health is being crappy right now. Let me check it. Looks kind of okay. Got turtle. Can't go in the water. Turtle, come here. Or not. Okay, we can go up here. I kind of like the art. Like, it's all one. It looks hand-drawn. It could be one big picture, but it's probably not. They're probably just assets. Kind of like in Rayman Origins, where they're different sizes and you can kind of put it together and it looks like a painting. I have no idea where I'm going, so I hope this is where we're supposed to go. There's a big... Oops. Yep, there's a big castle. Oh, it looks like the game window's not taking up the whole thing, too. There's kind of a glitchy thing in there. Sorry. Another evil bird, which I can change. Not aggressive. No attacking. Go away. Haha! I'm gonna modify your USB. Explode on charge hit. Faction. Idle behavior. Idle. Type. Kind of a weird thing. Okay, I don't even know what I want to do, really, so never mind. Actually, I'd really like it if you blew up these things. Charge... Come on, I don't want that number. I want to type something in. I'm gonna have you just explode. Turtle. Turtle? Okay, he has like no view of me right now. So let's just get rid of these. Push. I don't know. Go to the castle? Or to a place with more of these fairies? Or sprites. Where have you been all this time? Just going on crazy adventures with my newly bonded human. Where none of us thought you'd find a human to bond with. Yep, I have pretty high standards. Had to find the right one. Yeah, and red sprites are super undesirable to most humans. Oh no, did I pick wrong? No. You can't do it wrong, it's just fate. Oh good, I was worried. It's rare though, humans just don't bond with red sprites. It's happened like twice. Who are the other red people? Who knows? All humans look the same to us. Actually, take this amulet so we can tell who you are. Please don't take it off. That's a good one. It'll let you hop around time-space. We could get back in time. Cool, so I can use it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, don't go back yet. We have to finish this whole conversation again. Cleaned up all that toxic waste. I was the drag. What? No, toxic waste is still everywhere over by the labs that blew up. I was just there. Everything is still weird and bitey. No. Cleaning up a spill doesn't sound very adventurous, but we'll do it. Yeah. So I'll hit 2. Oh yeah, this is the thing I saw in the other thing. When I loaded my old game. So, is this the place we need to go next? There's not a lot of, explanation. Oh, also... Stupid. For that, I'm gonna make you... Bahaha! I have murdered the turtle. Okay. And another heart. What? 3 hearts in there. I'm a little spoiled now. I think this is why I kind of stopped playing it for the first time, is at some point I had no idea what I'm doing. Also, this seems to be a fractal forest, so we're just gonna get the heck out of here. Because I don't want to be running through the fractal forest forever. If I can even get out of here. Okay. Let's go this way. Okay, is this what they were talking about with the bad sludge stuff? Well, I'm glad that doesn't take off any hearts when I do that. Okay, I vaguely remember this area. I vaguely remember the area in 56K. Well, hey there. Hello, human. I'm pretty relaxed today, so I'll give you some hearts. Okay, I have a lot of hearts. Turtle. Turtle on a stump. How's it going? I already gave you some hearts. Don't be greedy. I've got a nice chill mood going. I know. I want to stand on Turtle. I guess one critique of this game is the movement feels a little imprecise, I guess. Like, it's definitely... Oh, yeah, that's the song. Like, just getting onto those platforms, it was like, am I on the platform? Are you able to hear the song? Let me make sure you can hear it. Okay. You're scaring the turtles. Not opera fans, eh? It's okay. It's an acquired taste. Oh. No. Okay. Do I get on this log before he does that? No. Okay. What am I doing? Can I tell him to not? There. Okay, that's better. Oops. See, yeah, like... It's not tile-based, it's, you know, definitely moving a few pixels at a time, so it's a little harder to do anything like that stepping stones problem. Okay. So, man, I wish these would at least start with a few charges, because I don't want to have to change these every time. Just go. Go. Or it'd be cool if you could just kind of clone the same code into everything. Or maybe I could if I knew where exactly the code was in the script file. Port rock. Password? I don't know your password. We have some sort of broken down lizard hut. There's a note. The password is WDS. If I catch any guard, the written password, I'll fire them immediately and throw them in the fire. I don't know what that... Can I go back and... Okay. Whatever. I'm just gonna set this really fast. Oh, is there nothing over here? Okay. I don't want to mess with the rocks. This is not fun after the first time. Oops. Okay. There's a rock. We have part of a password. I have to mess with you again. And then figure out where I'm supposed to go next. Not down there. Not up there either. I wasn't paying attention. No. Okay, I think there were more paths at the beginning area. Already went up there. That's the forest that keeps on going. We obviously need the day-night cycle to be faster. It's not fast enough. No, I need you to charge this way, please. There. So I don't have to mess with this. Just set it to off, well, more than 360 degrees. And again, let's set this to turn around every so often. Turn left. And then move one step, one tile at one speed. So do that. Okay, let's see what's over here. Oh, yeah. Go away. Meanwhile, I fell down the cliff. Also, the raven is still there, if you can call that a raven. So, it's not a super polished game. Not the castle. Oh no! Why did I do that? Okay. Yeah, so I'm not having a ton of fun with it. It's just interesting, but it could be better, it could be more polished. I think the main thing is kind of the lack of direction, because I don't know if I'm just missing something, but I just feel like it hasn't told me at all, like, hey, you should go this way and do a thing. I know maybe it's supposed to be in the vein of, like, the original Zelda, but, like, there's not a lot going on. I'm just kind of wandering around. It's a little laggy. There's an outhouse. Okay. I know I did get further than this last time I played, because I went through a whole dungeon area. It's an artifact. Queen Sprite gave hearts. Oh, okay, so we can change that so get more max life. There's a town down there. Is that where I came from? I think so. Okay, yeah, that's the pit. This is just getting really slow. Why are you so slow? Is it because of my day-night cycles? Does the game just have memory leaks? I was here before. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay. Well, that has been... Well, let me go to the other game really quick and see what we got. So, I played quite a bit more in. Maybe I had a walkthrough or something, but again, I just at some point felt like I had no direction. What is going on? Is this an infinite loop? No, it's not. Okay, whoa. Okay. So I went through a dungeon area at some point, and I had other artifacts, hearts per day, a hat to read runes, and the same hat. No. I don't even remember what this is. Now I have a boomerang. And a pyramid. That does that. Do I still have my amulet? Yeah, I do. This is all the dungeon stuff. The infinite woods. That's not what I remembered. Oh, it's much faster down here. Oh, I must have run on, but also the game's just running smoother. Oh yeah, this was like the room I was thinking of. So there's some sort of visual representation of the variables or the references or something in here. But I also just didn't have the patience to mess with that. Let me go back. What did that say? I'll open this up here in a second if I can view it real quick. Cracker Cavern Rooms something something. Let me open up local files. I don't know what it's under though. There's a lot of folders. I have to like do a search. Maybe it's under content. Game. Oh, okay, I found it. Let me see what the name of the script was. Room Code Puzzle 1. Okay, let me update my view. Where's the thing? That's not it. I don't need two of those. Okay, so where is it? Is it in the background? I don't know where that window capture went. I'm gonna just delete it and add another one. Okay, so here's the directory. And then code puzzle 1 isn't opening like correct Lua. And I don't have a good editor on here right now, because I don't use Windows for my programming. It should open with Notepad. I'll show you what it is, but it's not working right. Maybe just some other invalid characters, or maybe they're Unicode characters. Definitely was not meant to be read in Windows with Notepad. But yeah, there's some stuff. The other files didn't seem to be like that. Let me go down. Because like this one has the right line endings. But yeah, I feel like this would be more fun to mess around with in the code than to actually play. Okay. So that's an example of some coding games. Hopefully that was fun. I enjoy these games. Well, mostly I enjoy Human Resource Machine a lot. And you should pick it up if you feel like doing some problem solving or even kind of practicing with programming. This one, maybe I'll watch a Let's Play of it later because I don't know what I'm doing in here. But otherwise, that's really all I have. I'm not aware of any other. I know there's like some faux hacking style multiplayer games out there, but I don't remember their names. So yeah, that's all. I'm gonna go eat some ice cream and watch Netflix and play more video games, maybe? But thank you for watching. I know I only have 3 people watching here at the moment, but I'm gonna throw this on YouTube as well, and maybe do another one of these later on. Yeah. I don't know how to end a thingy. So goodbye. Gisla revido.